Hey, friends and family, this is SP with another news nugget. I'm going to drop this small clip of a video. I'm going to drop that nugget. But, yes, this is the Maleah Davis case. This is Brittany, and she is in an interview. It's raw, not cut. And I'm going to play a little bit of just the emotions that Brittany is going through and some of the questions that they ask her. And I'm going to drop that nugget. So you guys stay with me.
Prayer by the grace of God, because it's hard, you know. I'm just thankful that I have my friends behind me supporting me, because if I didn't have anybody, I don't know how well I would be coping.
When you look at this picture of your little girl and you think there's no answer, she's still missing, what goes through your mind?
Where is she? How did she feel before? What was she thinking about? Will I ever find out what happened, like what really happened to her?
Do you think Maleah is still alive?
As a mother, I want to hope that she is.
What do you think happened to your daughter?
I don't I don't know what happened to her. I can come up with 1,000,001 reasons, but I don't know what happened to her.
We know the latest developments. Mr. Pence he was charged. He's now in jail. And we know his story from the beginning and fast forwarding till now with these charges. What do you have to say to him?
I don't have nothing to say to him. Nothing at all. Nothing.
Have you had a chance to talk with him with all of the latest twists and turns and developments in the case?
No.
And you were away for a funeral. How did you find out about the disappearance of Maleah? Were you still en route home? Were you still away?
I came home on the 3rd. He was supposed to pick me up. I waited for him for 2 hours. And so I had my mother come pick me up. And I just assumed that maybe he was just driving around, or maybe he was having car issues. I know it was raining that night. I didn't realize that they were missing until a few hours shortly.
At that point, what's going through your mind? You can't reach him. You don't know where your daughter is. What were you thinking?
I was terrified. I didn't know what to think. I was trying not to think the worst, you know. Maybe it was a car issues. I don't know.
And then that moment when you finally reach him and you learn that Maleah is missing, did you believe his story that he told you at first?
I wanted to believe it. I really, really wanted to believe that story.
What kept you from believing it?
The thought of him actually doing something to her, or something worse, something gruesome.
She grew suspicious very quickly upon returning to Houston from Massachusetts, because he ceased to communicate with her. He wouldn't talk to her. He wouldn't return phone calls. He wouldn't respond to text messages. He would refuse to meet with her, and he would do everything he could to avoid and stay away from her. And then that's when she grew extremely suspicious and felt that his story obviously must have been a lie, and there was more to it.
Gotcha. Now, did you have any suspicions that Maleah had been abused before she disappeared?
No.
So this is someone you trusted?
Exactly. This is someone I trusted and I loved. And if something was going on, it was behind closed doors.
Brittany, at one point, what clicked to you? Okay, something isn't adding up. In that moment that you say, okay, I'm really suspicious now, something isn't adding up. What was that moment or that click for you?
When I realized that he had been avoiding me, all the signs of a person that's guilty. He didn't want to communicate. His family wouldn't let me communicate. I just couldn't understand. If you didn't do anything, why aren't you out here with me? Why aren't you out here? I didn't understand that. It just didn't make sense to me.
And then, days later, those pictures surface with Darion carrying the laundry bag with the trash bag inside. When you first saw those pictures, what was your immediate response? And what did you think?
From what I had already known at the time, I couldn't think but ask, is that Maleah? Why do you have that basket when you just got laundry from my mother on the 1st? What are you doing with the basket? What is that? I know our routines. That's not laundry.
And now, Brittany, I've got to ask you, of course, this story has become a national story, national headlines. So many people searching for Maleah, praying for Maleah. But people are watching this case closely, and they're not only looking at Darion, but you have some people watching, and they think you need to be in jail too. What do you have to say to that, to those people who feel you should be in jail too right now?
People are entitled to however they think, to however they feel, to their own opinions. I know my truth. And I love my daughter unconditionally. I would never do anything like that, or my children, or my sons, anything. I don't have a heart to do anything like that.
There are a lot of things being said online, comments that are being made via social media about if her father died on April 11th, why did she leave on the 30th? Well, what they don't understand is they had to raise money to get him buried. There was no burial policy, money on hand to bury him. So they had to make arrangements to do what they needed to do to get him successfully buried. That's why it took from the 11th to the 30th. The money was not readily available to bury her father. So she also did not have the money to pay for her own plane ticket. A family member of hers, a relative, paid for her ticket, and they didn't have the money to pay for the children to go. They only had enough to pay for her ticket. So she went on the 30th and came back on the 3rd. And the obituary states he died on the 11th, and his services was on the 1st.
So I'm guessing you had left Maleah with Darion before in the past. And how was it then? Was everything okay then? No problems there? And speaking of, what people are saying, how they feel, I watched that video from the courthouse, and you had those protesters out there at the courthouse, one person even yelling, murderer. In that moment, I know you were silent, but what were you thinking? How do you feel about that? People calling you a murderer.
How did I get to this place? How did I get to this place? It was awful. I've never had to ever experience anything like that before. You see things like that in movies. It just wasn't real for me. It just wasn't real.
And, I know people were screaming murder. I don't think everyone thinks that you would do anything to harm your daughter. I think there are people out there who say, as a mother, she should have done more to protect this little baby girl. What do you have to say to that, Brittany? Do you think you could have done more?
Avoid that. Avoid that.
So,
Because that's going to play out in a CPS hearing. There's a gag order in the CPS case. Those questions are being raised within the CPS arena and the courtroom, and the judges put a gag order on her that restricts her from even asking.
Hey, you guys, I'm going to keep you guys updated, and like and subscribe, follow, and always, be good, be safe, and be nice to each other.